If I say the word Dubai to you, I am sure the first images that come to your mind are the huge skyscrapers, the luxury cars, and the vast shopping malls where shopping lovers find their happiness. I'm sure you're also thinking of the beach and the man-made islands that line its shores. Yes, I know, I guessed it. Want to know more? Then join me on a tour of Dubai's most fantastic islands and how they were created. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Let's get started. Dubai is known for its extravagant projects, including the artificial islands. These islands are a natural landmark in the Emirates' real estate market and tourism industry and represent the progress and exceptional beauty of the city. It is very likely that you have seen them, at least on television. These impressive islands, shaped like giant palm trees or even an archipelago that reproduces the map of the world, are located along the coast of Dubai. This achievement is truly admirable and positions Dubai as one of the most innovative cities in terms of architecture. Despite the ambition of this project, don't be fooled by its size. It all started with a small idea, creating an island out of nothing. Like other emirates in the country, Dubai is looking to diversify its sources of income and compensate for its dwindling oil reserves. For this reason, in addition to investing in metal and non-metal mineral processing industries, new technologies, and the creation of the Dubai Silicon Oasis, the emirate has decided to focus on trade and tourism as another critical pillar. And as you probably know, Dubai, with its 3,885 square kilometers, Dubai has a remote coastline. So, to complement the bold hotel projects that have proliferated in the city in recent years, Dubai has decided to increase the area of its coastline by building artificial islands. The two Palm Islands, Palm Jumeirah and Palm Jebel Ali, would add several kilometers to Dubai's coastline. Meanwhile, work has begun on Palm Dara, and the archipelago the world has also seen the light of day. They are designed in the shape of a trunk and 17 palm trees, surrounded by a pier. Each of these palm islands has about 60 kilometers of beach and therefore requires the transfer of colossal amounts of cubic meters of sand and rock. We are talking about hundreds of millions. Palm Dara is designed primarily for entertainment and attractions for children and adults. It would house marinas, water parks, residences, and several dozen hotels, including one of the largest in the region, Atlantis the Palm. But also restaurants, shopping centers, sports fields, thalassotherapy centers, cinemas, and so on. The trunk consists mainly of roads and canals. A 300-meter-long bridge will connect the box with the mainland. As for Palm Dara, it is the largest of the three archipelagos, with 41 palm trees, 14 kilometers long, 8.5 kilometers wide, and 80 square kilometers of surface area. It is expected to be bigger than Manhattan and cover a size larger than the French capital. However, it will be reserved exclusively for 8,000 luxury villas, marinas, shops, and sports complexes, but will not include any hotels. The developer had envisioned initially 3 palm-shaped islands but backtracked and revised his original plan to create 4 smaller artificial islands. I expect the Dara Islands to be used at night as one of the world's largest night markets and small shopping havens, including the creation of the AMOLED Mall with a retractable roof atrium and 1,000 stores. And to serve as the hub for Dara Island Boulevard. Dara Island would be home to nearly 1 million people, and the project would be complete. Finally, a few kilometers away is the World, located precisely 4 kilometers off the coast between Paul and Madaya, and Pantera. It is a set of 250 to 300 small artificial islands arranged to represent the continents and central islands of the Earth. The price of each island ranges from $10 million to $45 million. When completed, the World will be 9 kilometers long and 7 kilometers wide. It is planned to include numerous hotels, resorts, and art complexes, as well as private villas at astronomical prices for the wealthiest clients. It is also planned that each island will be occupied by a hotel, a residential complex, or a house, and that a large number of investors will develop their island according to the country it is shaped after or according to its position on this gigantic planisphere. For Dubai, these unique achievements make it an exceptional place for world tourism, with the international support of the largest airlines, including Emirates. Today, Dubai receives millions of tourists and even manages to compete with famous paradise destinations such as the Maldives. Dubai Airport has seen its traffic skyrocket since 2003, and Emirates offers express travel with a 2-day shopping program in Dubai, especially during the month-long shopping festival, a much-anticipated event for Dubai residents. All these hotels, shopping malls, and villas, all this luxury, is all well and good, but how could it all be created out of nothing? To understand, we need to dive into the depths of the oceans and discover the less glamorous side of this project. Dubai's artificial islands are built through a seemingly simple process called land reclamation. Millions of tons of sand, about 150 million tons, were dredged from the bottom of the Persian Gulf, which borders Dubai, and deposited in the right places to finally be pulverized in the sea and form the islands. These islands are mostly sand, only a few reefs have been built on the outside of the crescent-shaped dikes that were created to counteract the swell of the sea, which can sometimes cause damage. If you are wondering who protects all these islands, the answer is simple. The inner islands are covered by an 11-kilometer breakwater. It is there to fight the seasonal northwesterly winds that blow across the Gulf from Iraq, as well as the strong sea currents. And if you're wondering what keeps the shifting, pulverized sand from being swept away by the current, it's a geotextile membrane that prevents erosion and is located in the bottom layer of the breakwater. This is topped by a layer of rock weighing nearly a ton, which is covered by 2 layers of huge boulders weighing up to 6 tons each from the nearby Hajar Mountains. Just the amount of rock and sand used in the medallion's construction could create a 2-meter wide wall that would go around the world 3 times. In addition, a 100-meter wide opening was added on each side of the vast crescent to allow water to circulate and prevent stagnation. And to combine pleasure and safety, a 6-meter wide walkway runs along the crescent, an ideal place to enjoy a romantic stroll at sunset. If you are worried about the solidity of the buildings, rest assured that the foundations are deeply dug and anchored in excellent ground, where the sand has been well piled so that it is as compact as the earth to resist possible earthquakes. The construction of the islands was a real challenge. Not only did they have to be infallible, but they also had to be built with great care. First of all, for aesthetic reasons. In fact, to meet the requirement of creating the perfect shape, the dredgers used a sophisticated GPS. This allowed them to pulverize the sand on site with impeccable precision. In the end, these titanic projects required taking into account currents and lousy weather, mobilizing 9 barges, 15 tugs, 4 dredgers, 30 land-based machines, and 10 floating cranes to collect, move and arrange the various materials needed to build the dock. Not to mention the thousands of workers and engineers who put their hands to work. It is also important to say that the materials used in these projects are primarily natural in order to blend in with the landscape, fauna, and flora and not harm them. In addition to the artificial islands of the Palm Islands, a temporary dam has been built due to the need to connect the trunk to the crescent 25 meters below sea level. A long 6-lane sea tunnel was created using 200,000 cubic meters of reinforced concrete, 30,000 tons of rebar, and 110,000 tons of rock. The tunnel was built using the dry construction method. 2 1.2-kilometer-long dams were also made. To create the dam, 5.5 million cubic meters of seawater had to be pumped out in just 45 days, and some 2,000 fish had to be captured and relocated to prevent them from becoming trapped in the drained space. The dams were used as temporary roads for construction vehicles. In the meantime, you may be wondering how long it took for the Palm Islands project to become a reality. First of all, you should know that many major construction projects have been put on hold at this time because of the financial crisis and the recent health crisis that has affected the world, or because of major disagreements between managers, investors, and builders. Therefore, the Palm Island man-made island project is not entirely finished. So far, the project has cost $12 billion and 6 years of work. While most of the jobs and projects came to a sudden halt, some remained only on paper, as sometimes extravagant projects were mainly intended for Palm Jumeirah Island. Let's talk about the Trump Tower, which was supposed to be the luxury centerpiece of the project. This tower was to have 60 mixed-use floors with 300 5-star hotel rooms and 360 residential apartments with private access to the beach and yacht club. It would also include tennis courts, a gym, a fitness center, swimming pools, and gardens. However, The project was subtly shelved after the global financial crisis. Another studio project was to take the form of two towers near Dubai's financial district, or a kind of replica of the Twin Towers of New York's World Trade Center. Finally, let's mention Jumeirah Gardens, a vast real estate project that was to cost $95 billion. Several buildings were to be built around a large lake, projects as idyllic as the others, testifying to the vast imagination of architects around the world, but which have not yet had the chance to materialize. It's easy to get dizzy with so many buildings and colors, but don't lie to us, you want to go too. If so, comment below and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. See you next time.